Hey Rishi, good afternoon. Like, how's everything going on with your life?
Hey Robert, I'm good. Everything's going fine. How are you?
Like, I'm pretty good too. I'm excited about moving to Mumbai soon. Let's not waste too much time and like get straight into it, shall we?
Yeah,
So today the guesstimate we have for you is to estimate the number of four-wheeler tires sold in Mumbai. So do you want to get started?
oh, yeah. So can I take a minute to think it over?
Yeah, sure. Take your time.
Okay, so I'd like to start with the demand side approach.
Okay.
So before that, can I assume that the tires being sold are used only for the private cars?
Sure, you can assume that.
Okay. So I'd like to start with the population of Mumbai,
Mhm.
which is 20 million. Further, I'd like to divide it into households. So can I assume that there are 4 people per household?
You can do that.
Okay. So that makes 5 million households in the city.
Mhm.
Next, I'd like to divide them on the basis of the income.
Okay.
So that is low income, middle income, and higher income groups.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I like 50% of the population in the lower income group,
Mhm.
30% middle income group, and 20% in the higher income group. Is
Okay,
that fine?
that is fine.
Okay, so now considering the low income household to be slum dwellers and chore residents,
Mhm.
I'd assume that the number of households owning a car is negligible.
All right.
In the middle income households, I'd assume that one third of the households own a car.
Okay.
And in high income groups, I assume that every household owns one car. So may I proceed?
That seems like a reasonable assumption. You may proceed.
Okay. Okay, so that makes the number of cars in the city 1.5 million or 15 lakh.
Okay.
Now I'd like to estimate the number of tires that would be sold.
Sure.
So can I assume that each car owner decides to replace the tires every 5 years?
That makes sense.
Okay. So taking 4 tires and one stepney tire,
Mm-hmm.
that makes the number of tires to be sold in the year for like future replacement to be 15 lakhs.
Sure.
Further, I assume that each car owner decides to replace their car every 10 years.
That makes sense.
Okay.
You may
So that makes the number of tires being sold in 1 year to 7.5 lakh.
okay.
However, in order to account for like double counting of tires sold for replacement purposes, I'd
Mm,
like to double the estimated figure. So the number of tires for private cars being sold in Mumbai would be 15 lakh a year.
all right. That seems to make a lot of sense. Do you want to like go over your entire thought process again? Summarize
Yeah,
what you
okay.
did?
So there are like 20 million people in
Mhm.
Mumbai as a population. I took 4 people per household,
Mhm.
which gives me 5 million households. Assuming that dividing into the income groups, there are 15 lakh cars. So the tire number of tires coming down to 7.5 lakh, but
Mhm.
doubling it for the purpose of counting, there would be 15 lakh tires.
But your logic seems impeccable. Good work. It was a pleasure
Thank,
having you here today, and
thank you so much.
and I hope you enjoyed this too. Have a
Yeah,
good
I did.
afternoon.
Thank you.